2020, something unprecedented happened. A group of anonymous programmers quietly built a financial system that would go on to hold over $180 billion in assets, with no CEO, no headquarters, no employees, and no government backing. This is the story of DeFi, and why it might be the most important financial innovation of the 21st century. Before we dive in, let's make sure we understand exactly what DeFi is and what it isn't. DeFi stands for Decentralized Finance. It's a collection of financial services, lending, borrowing, trading, and earning interest, built on top of blockchain networks. But here's what makes it different from everything that came before it. When you walk into a bank and ask for a loan, a human being reviews your application. They check your credit score, your income, your employment history. They have the power to say yes or no. That decision, that critical decision, sits with a single institution. DeFi removes that institution from the equation entirely. Instead of a banker deciding whether you get a loan, the rules are written in code. In what's called a smart contract, a program that runs automatically on the blockchain, executes exactly as written, and cannot be modified, censored, or shut down by any single party. Think of it like a vending machine for financial services. You put in your collateral, the machine reads the rules, and out comes your loan. No application, no waiting period, no credit check, just code executing exactly as programmed. This sounds simple, but the implications are staggering. For the first time in human history, anyone with an internet connection, anywhere on Earth, can access sophisticated financial tools that were previously reserved for institutions, the wealthy, and citizens of stable economies. The unbanked, the underbanked, the 1.4 billion adults worldwide who have no access to traditional financial services. DeFi doesn't care about your address, it doesn't care about your passport. It only asks one thing: do you have collateral? To understand how DeFi went from a niche experiment to a global phenomenon, we need to go back to the summer of 2020. In June of that year, a protocol called Compound Finance made a decision that would change the trajectory of crypto forever. They began distributing a governance token called Comp to everyone who used their lending platform. The idea was simple: use the protocol, earn tokens. But the effect was explosive. Word spread rapidly through crypto communities online. People realized they could deposit one cryptocurrency, borrow against it, use the borrowed funds to deposit again, and all the while earn governance tokens for every dollar they put to work. This strategy became known as yield farming. Within weeks, hundreds of millions of dollars flooded into Compound, then into similar protocols. Uniswap, a decentralized exchange where anyone could trade tokens directly from their wallet, saw its trading volume explode past major centralized exchanges. Aave, a lending protocol, offered flash loans that didn't require any collateral at all, as long as they were repaid within a single transaction block. The concept of a flash loan deserves a moment. Think about that. A loan with no collateral, repayable within milliseconds. This isn't possible in traditional finance. The entire legal and credit system depends on time. The time to verify, assess risk, and enforce repayment. A blockchain executes in seconds. In that window, DeFi created an entirely new class of financial instrument that had never existed before. By September 2020, the total value locked in DeFi protocols had grown from under $1 billion at the start of the year to over $11 billion. In less than 6 months, DeFi had grown by more than 1,000%. The media called it DeFi summer. Insiders called it a revolution. And even those who were skeptical had to admit something genuinely new was happening. Bitcoin was the first blockchain, the breakthrough that proved digital scarcity was possible, that you could create an asset that couldn't be copied or counterfeited. But Bitcoin was designed to do one thing: move value from one address to another. Ethereum, created by a 19-year-old named Vitalik Buterin in 2013, had a more ambitious vision. What if the blockchain wasn't just a ledger of transactions, but a global computer? What if anyone could deploy their own programs, smart contracts, that ran on a network of thousands of computers simultaneously? Buterin called it the world computer. And for DeFi, it became the operating system. Every major DeFi protocol runs on Ethereum. Uniswap runs on Ethereum. Aave runs on Ethereum. MakerDAO, one of the oldest DeFi protocols, which creates a dollar-pegged stablecoin called DI, runs on Ethereum. The reason is simple. Ethereum provides three things that DeFi needs. First, composability. Smart contracts on Ethereum can interact with each other seamlessly. A loan from Aave can be instantly swapped on Uniswap and deposited into a yield farm, all in a single transaction. This money Lego effect means developers can build increasingly complex financial instruments by combining simpler ones. Second, transparency. Every transaction, every protocol rule, every fee, all of it is publicly visible on the blockchain. There are no hidden fees, no fine print. The code is the contract. Third, security through decentralization. Ethereum runs on thousands of nodes distributed across the world. Shutting it down would require shutting down thousands of independent computers simultaneously. No government, no corporation, no single actor has that power. Ethereum isn't perfect. High transaction fees during periods of congestion have made DeFi expensive for smaller users. But Ethereum remains the foundation on which the DeFi revolution was built. DeFi is one of the most exciting financial innovations in decades. It is also one of the riskiest investment environments on Earth. The same property that makes DeFi powerful, the fact that code is immutable, that no one can modify or stop it, is also what makes it dangerous when that code has a flaw. In 2021 alone, more than $1.3 billion was lost to DeFi hacks and exploits. Not hacks in the Hollywood sense. No one broke into a server room. These were code-level vulnerabilities. Bugs in smart contracts that clever attackers found and exploited. The Poly network hack in August 2021 saw over $600 million drained from a cross-chain bridge protocol, one of the largest crypto thefts in history. Beyond hacks, there's the risk of rug pulls, where anonymous developers launch a protocol, attract deposits, and then drain the liquidity and disappear. There's impermanent loss, a risk specific to liquidity providers that can quietly erode your returns. And there's smart contract risk, the possibility that even audited code has undiscovered flaws. DeFi has no deposit insurance, no customer service hotline, no recourse if something goes wrong. When you interact with a DeFi protocol, you are your own bank, and that means you bear your own risk. This doesn't mean DeFi is a scam or that you should avoid it. It means you should approach it with the same rigor you'd apply to any sophisticated financial decision. Understand the protocol, understand the risks, and never risk more than you can afford to lose. So where does DeFi go from here? The honest answer is, no one knows. But the trajectory is clear. Ethereum's transition to proof of stake has dramatically reduced its energy consumption, addressing one of the major criticisms of blockchain technology. Layer 2 networks, systems built on top of Ethereum that process transactions faster and cheaper, are making DeFi accessible to users who couldn't afford it before. Real-world assets are beginning to migrate onto the blockchain. Tokenized government bonds, tokenized real estate, tokenized private credit. Traditional financial institutions, the same banks that dismissed Bitcoin in 2011, are now exploring DeFi protocols for their own operations. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, launched a tokenized fund on the Ethereum blockchain in 2024. The question is no longer whether institutions will participate in DeFi. It's when and how and on whose terms. The dream of DeFi's early builders was a global, open, permissionless financial system. That dream is still incomplete, but the code written in that DeFi summer of 2020 may be the foundation the future is built on. Hit subscribe. We publish new videos every week covering crypto, DeFi, blockchain technology, and the future of money. Tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you have a topic you want us to cover next, drop it in the comments. We read every single one. I'm Crypto Compass. Thank you for watching.